Anna or Jessy, do you mind walking us through kind of the succession of these and how the process of Shortstack begins to come together?
Absolutely. Yeah. So mentioning your son, I think, is like a real logical place to start, because essentially what we're doing are creating fundamentally Legos that go together in different arrangements depending on what the zoning is on a site and what the site dimensions are. And there are two like primary drivers for how we establish the original, what we'll call the module of Shortstack, and that is the kind of basis Portland city lot, which is a 50 by 100 foot lot, but also some really common lengths and widths of mass timber panels. So, like Child's House, our Shortstack projects are what are called hybrid mass timber buildings, where we have mass timber floors and roof, but the walls are stick frame, and those can be panelized offsite or they can be built rapidly on site. But the idea is that we're going really fast. We're flying these like panels in, and the walls go up, and that whole process takes, altogether maybe 3 or 4 days versus 2 weeks, which would be a traditional, maybe 2 or 3 weeks traditionally. And so we have every 1 bedroom is the same, every 2 bedroom is the same, every 3 bedroom is the same with Shortstack, and they can stack in different ways. Like 2 1 bedrooms equals 1 3 bedroom. And as we kind of mentioned earlier, these are 3 and 4 story walk-ups. So we're taking great care to design around systems and logically running MEP through cores. And as long as we're stacking those, then we're really uncovering this amazing amount of efficiency in the design and build process. And from there, really the options are endless. We typically end up like more, unit stacking than maybe this diagram displays, but there is a ton of flexibility, and that's really what we're trying to highlight here. And yeah,
I think it's important to note too in this slide and with what Anna's describing about kind of these base like unit modules is that we're really focused also on family sized housing units, which are really the most difficult to develop and build because the NOI per square foot is less than if you're building a micro studio or a super tiny 1 bedroom. And that's why you see that a lot of new construction is really focused on these tiny units because they can generate a lot more rent per square foot. So when we're focused on 2 and 3 bedroom size units, we have to get even more efficient with those floor plans because there's kind of inherently like a development headwinds against those unit types. So we're really excited to work with the WPA team here on how efficient can we get for these 2 and 3 bedroom units that are still on this regular kind of grid panel pattern that Anna described, but that are still really functional, really beautiful, really desirable units. And that sort of set us up for a couple design rules that we developed. Anna mentioned these are walk-up units, which means the entry is from the exterior. And so one of our design rules is that each unit has daylight on at least 2 sides, and a lot of the units have daylight on 3 sides. That allows for, just kind of that connection to the outdoors, that trauma-informed design where you're not stuck in a dark hallway, but also just for cross ventilation and a lot of other kind of, health in your housing, intentions and goals.
Yeah. Yeah. One of the things that I found really interesting about this is that with the scalability of the way that the process is laid out here, it really could be something that you put in a backyard, or you could put in a completely empty lot, a lot that's ready to go for a smaller scale development.